Hello and welcome back to MLB The Show 18 and the Jason Parham Road to the Show. I'm Tyrant Saber. Last time out, Jason fought real hard, pitched 7 innings against the Baltimore Orioles at Fenway, but ultimately came away with a no decision, and the Red Sox came away with a loss in the 9th inning. David Price gave up a run in the 9th that we were not able to pull back. So we are down to, I think, our about last 10 or so games, maybe 12 games in the season. So let's see how we can do in this last stretch. Baltimore is making kind of a push, it sounds like, but, well, they're 24 games back in the division. They're done. So let's carry on. Bullpen day, what do we got? 2-seamer velocity and K per 9 sounds real good to me, but I also like that slider break plus hits per 9. K per 9 cap, home runs per 9 cap, curveball caps, durability and home runs per 9. I really ought to start working on those, especially if I'm going to carry Jason into the show 19, which I plan to at this time. Let's go ahead and do slider break. I mean, once again, the home runs are certainly nice, or the strikeouts are nice to get, but I'm not so concerned about them as much as I am keeping guys off base. So Jason will be facing off today against the New York Yankees in Yankee Stadium. Now, Jason has faced off against the Yankees 5 times before. He has a 1-1 record against them, a 3.09 ERA, and a 2.59 WOBA. So, gonna go out there. Henderson Alvarez was a guy that was on the Padres with Jason for a while, back when Jason was a reliever for the Padres. So, yeah, a little bit of a reunion, kind of, sort of, maybe if you squint and kind of cock your head a little bit. But more importantly than that, we're going to go beat up on the Yankees some more. Let's get it.
About set for baseball now on the show as we welcome you to Yankee Stadium here in the Bronx. Tonight, the opener of a 3-game series between the Boston Red Sox and the New York Yankees. Number 11, one of the league's best hitters, looks to gain ground in the chase for an AL batting title. First pitch is next. Henderson Alvarez, the right-hander from Venezuela, gets the starting nod in this one. What's your take on him, Dan?
Their ball club is going to have to keep a close eye on this one. This guy's nearing 200 innings on the season, and that's a lot of innings. A guy that takes the ball every 5 days. I'm sure they're going to watch to see if there are any signs of him tiring early in this one.
Stepping in, Malik Smith. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
All right, Boston gets one off with Henderson Alvarez in the top of the first, so let's try to defend this lead. Let's get out here and get it.
First pitch of the at-bat. A ball and no strikes. Guys, this Red Sox ball club entering play here tonight. They've had it going the last 10 games. They're 7-3 over that stretch, including a win last time out.
Yeah, Matty V. And you know one thing you don't want to do here, D-Row, you've been on some good teams, not to lose focus at this point of the year, to keep the big picture in sight, because there is a postseason lurking, and it's so easy to get ahead of yourselves and not take the rest of the schedule serious.
I think the nice thing for this team is that they won the division. They will.
Okay, 2-0 on that circle changeup.
Not that one-game wild card winner go home. This team can prepare themselves to battle and try and win 3 out of 5.
Let's try this fastball now inside.
2 balls and a strike.
Catch the corner for that first strike.
Man.
Finally.
Hey, from a hitter's perspective, I don't mind that take right there. I know it's in the zone, but this is a hitter's yard. You want something bell high that you can get loose on.
That one's right at shortstop. That'll be, I think, Raul Mondesi. No, it's Sue Lin. We do still have Sue Lin. Oh, but the throw is off the line, and that allows Malik Smith to get himself on base. So, not an ideal reunion with Sue Lin.
And a good chance to score early in this game.
Digging in now for the Yankees, Chase Peterson. So we check out how he did in August versus how he's finishing off the season down the stretch here in September.
So, Chase Peterson.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch.
Jace Peterson.
Outside
Jason,
with the
please.
fastball, it's 1-0. And there
Mr.
are the
Jason
umpires
Parham.
assigned to this one.
Dude.
Calling balls and strikes is Mr. Mike
You're
Fillmore.
better than this. I know you are.
Mike Fillmore, one of the most consistent
Get some balls in the zone, please.
Both pitchers and position players love this guy.
Yeah, I think one of the best in the business. How I judge a good
Swinging a
teammate
miss
is
on that
every day he
curveball
opens
below
that
the
door,
zone.
is consistent.
That's not where I
count
wanted
on
it,
him.
but
Mike
it all worked
Fillmore's
out, I
the exact
suppose.
same way behind the dish.
Now the 1-1 pitch is a breaking ball
Missed
that misses
outside
off the plate.
again.
Parham has both great strikeout stuff and exceptional command on the mound to go with it. A rare combination, but one that makes him one of the best in our sport.
Matty V, you talked about it. He doesn't walk
Fouled
a whole lot
off
of
the
guys.
cutter,
Well,
and
you
he
don't
was
walk a lot of
late
guys.
on
That
it,
means
so
you have
that's
to throw the
fine.
ball in the
Let's
strike
go
zone.
outside
And
with
when you
the
do
two
with
seam.
great stuff like this guy has, he racks up the strikeouts. There aren't a lot of guys that get strikeouts by throwing the ball in the strike zone. This is one of the few that does it.
Hard hit ball
Bouncer over to DJ LeMahieu. He gets him out at second.
He beat it out.
But Jace Peterson is going to make it to first on a fielder's choice, and that's one away. Still technically a no-hitter so far, on account of that was a fielder's choice and an error that resulted in men on base, not as a result of base hits.
Here comes the first pitch. Curveball
Curveball inside corner.
This is an awesome matchup, especially at this moment in time. You got some guys that are fighting for some serious hardware, and I want to see how this shakes out.
Bouncer over to
LeMahieu.
Rafael Devers, and that'll be the double play I was looking for, and that'll end the inning.
Around the horn they go. 5-4 to 3 to end the threat. We're back with more on this Monday night after this. Giancarlo Stanton now. He drove in one of his team's 2 runs in yesterday's game.
Okay, so nothing else going into the second, so let's just carry on.
First pitch of the at-bat. And that one just missed
Can't
outside.
catch that corner. That's unfortunate. Let's try that outside fastball again.
Takes a look at one
That made
catching
the zone,
outside corner.
but he probably could have mashed that one if he'd pulled the trigger on it.
Hi, big guy. Stay hot up there.
Let's try that change up.
Circle change here, but it's
Dang.
taken for ball 2.
They're going to probably stay away from this guy. He's got so much power. You don't want to miss over the heart of the plate. But I think when pitchers
Let's
try to
give him a slider on the lower inside corner. Not so cheeky, I think.
And it misses. 3-1 now.
Not doing me any favors today.
Nobody better. Stay hot. Nobody better right there.
So let's try this fastball. Swing and a miss on
and
one
that'll
inside.
fill the count at 3-2.
That'll be 3-2 full
When
count.
you're facing a top-of-the-line pitcher
Early
like
on
this,
it.
he's going to be down around the knees like that more often than not. The key is punishing whatever mistakes he makes.
So let's try that curveball. Let's give him the ant special. Let's put one top of the zone, inside corner.
Got him.
Gotcha looking.
All right, let's take a quick look at how the Red Sox set up on D today. And guys, one thing I want you to focus
That
on
goofball
today, when you
going.
look at this team on the defensive side of the ball, they're in the top 5 in fielding percentage. They go about their business a certain way. They make all the routine plays, mix in a few flashy ones, and day after day, they give their pitchers the best chance to be successful.
Into the box now, Chad Bailey. And as you check out his righty-lefty splits, no surprise that he hits better against southpaws than he does against right-handers.
And he's got a funny batting stance, too, just like our old friend J.J. Harrell from the minors.
First offering on its way.
Well, you do you, man.
And that one stayed too low, apparently. Red Sox on top in the
Not
early
happy
going.
with all of
1-0
these
as
low
we play the
balls.
second. Fly ball out toward left
Fly ball to center field. I
Chasing
think Jackie
after it is
Bradley Jr.'s got that
he
one.
gets there and makes the play for the second out of the inning.
That'll be out number 2. Incidentally, the reason we're not seeing J.D. Martinez out in right field is because he hit one of his tendons and he's out for like 6 months. So he's in a bad way. I think we only had him back for like 1 or 2 games before he hurt himself again, too.
A changeup that just nips the outside of the zone.
Hey, 2 here. Hey, your pitch, your pitch.
Try a 2-seamer inside, swing and a miss.
On a ball that jammed him.
When you're facing a guy with this many pitches in his repertoire, I say throw everything out. 0-2, he's sitting fastball.
Hey, here we go. Come on, baby, get your pitch up there.
Try that fastball high inside.
1-2
no
to
swing.
the Yankees catcher.
96 miles an hour, though. Going very, very fast.
The 1-2.
So how about that curveball? Swing and a miss on one in the dirt.
3.
And get off my plate, sir.
Some of our nation's young minds and future leaders here in attendance. Yikes. Back with more Monday Night Baseball following this. Here's Miguel Andujar now as we move on to the bottom of inning number 3.
Still nothing across in the top of the 3rd.
Ready
Let's
with
try
the
that
first pitch.
curveball one more time.
And that
Center
one right
cut,
down Main
hung
Street.
it, framed it, hand delivered, and still no swing. It's just disrespectful is what that is.
Come on, fellas, let's go.
The windup and the 0-1. Off the plate.
Change
1 ball,
up,
1
slips
strike.
outside still, so 1-1. How about that
1-1.
change up now inside?
Swing and a little
Tapped it
tapper.
into the
That goes
dirt.
foul. 2
1-2
strikes on him
count.
now.
He was early on it, so how about slider away? Swing and a miss.
Missed, he got him.
And he can have a seat too.
Well, it's still early, but it's also worth noting that he'd be in line for the win if this keeps up as we take a look at the league leaders in games won this season.
And it's going to be important for Jason to get these wins if he can at all help it, because
stepping up
like
now,
I said, the
Clint
Baseball
Frazier
Writers of
comes in
America
after
Association
a
of
day
America
rest
is very
yesterday.
picky
So
about
we'll see
who
if
they
it did him
choose
any
for the
good.
Cy Young, and it seems to be contingent on how many losses you have rather than anything else that is, you know, relevant to how good you are as a pitcher.
First pitch coming, here it is. Tried to
Swing and a
check it, and it's
miss
0-1.
from excuse me, that's Todd Frazier, I think. No, Clint Frazier. Excuse me. I was thinking that I had to change my notes because I made a mistake.
Frazier.
Well, that's fine.
Hey, need you on. Here we go.
Inside fastball. Fouled off for 1 and
Yankees
2.
still on the lookout for hit number 1 here.
Matt Vasgersian, as usual, not knowing when to shut his
2 and 2.
stupid mouth. Let's try another fastball, low. Sprayed off to Jose Abreu at first base, and that'll be the second out.
Good pitch right there to run the 2-seamer in on his hands and bunch him up. And an easy ground ball as the result.
And that'll bring up Tyler Wade as he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike.
Strike number
Wade
1.
A California-born ball player. He was a fourth-round selection back in the draft of 2013.
Hey, nothing has been handed to this guy. Drafted in the middle rounds, and he has
this
found his way in the big
No
leagues.
swing.
This has turned out to be a really nice pick.
Straying outside an awful
Two
lot.
out, nobody on.
Come on, guys. Come on, Yankees.
So, try that curveball one more
And
time.
they'll come back with
No
one in the
swing
dirt as the
on
count
one in the
moves to
dirt, and
2-1
that
now.
makes it 2-1.
I don't blame him for not coming over the heart of the plate. He circled this guy on the lineup card when he got to the yard today. He's been swinging one of the hotter bats in the game.
Popped up.
Pop up to
Limp
shortstop,
has a
and that'll
play.
be
And the inning
number
is
3 of
over.
the inning, and that will retire the side.
1, 2, 3 go the Bombers. They still trail 1-0. Malik Smith the next to hit. He comes in 0 for 1 on the day thus far after reaching on an error his first time up.
Well, we're still kind of zipping through this game. Boston is still up 1-0.
Third baseman in tight,
3.5 innings of play.
Pulled toward right center
Pop
field.
fly to right
Romero
field.
has a
Randall
rebound.
Romero's under
One
it.
down.
And that'll be the first out. One pitch, one out.
Next for New York, Jace Peterson. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. First pitch coming. Here it is. A high
Got a
fastball
strike on
is
that
in there.
two-seamer on the
You know,
outside.
Matty, when I first broke into the league, you wouldn't see that high heater first pitch right out of the gate. But I think there's been a change in philosophy here. Back in the late 90s, early 2000s, guys wanted to attack you more east-west, get you leaning left,
No
right.
swing on
Now
the
you're seeing
changeup.
guys
Nobody's
attack and
biting on that
philosophy
changeup.
more
It's
north,
kind of
south.
disgraceful.
Just with launch angles and exit velocities, I think guys are afraid to throw that sinking fastball for fear that guys are
Fouled
just going
off
to run
the
their barrel
curve.
into it. Not the case with
Late
the
on
high
it, so how about a cutter inside?
Keep and drive. What do you say?
The 1-2. Fouled off.
Fouled that one off, too.
No runs, no hits.
This one he was
and no
early on,
errors
so
for the
now I think I can maybe get away with using this changeup outside. See if I can't get him to swing through it. I cannot. How about a slider inside?
Grounded to short.
That's over to Sue Lin at short.
In
And that'll
time to
be
first, and there are
the
two
second
away.
out. Having ourselves a fine old day today so far, aside from a couple errors, or an error rather. But even that hasn't come back to bite us.
Here now, the pitch.
Swing and a miss
And
on
he
that
offers
circle
it the
changeup,
circle
first of
change
the
and
night
misses
seemingly.
0-1.
Good timing on that circle change, so we're gonna need to try this. Change it up. Cutter outside also gets a swing and miss. He was early on that one. So let's just, bounce him a curveball, see if he swings at that.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And he'll try and
Just
tempt
about.
him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2.
Well, I'll tell you, he's not hitting over 300 by luck. He really knows the strike zone and his own strengths. That last take is a great example.
Misses.
Two-seamer
0-2.
high, just a little bit out of the zone. No swing. So how about a curveball away? Showtime on it.
Swung
Swing and a
on and
miss,
missed,
and that'll
and
be
that's
Aaron
the
Judge
final
down
out
on
of the
strikes to
inning.
end the inning.
So the Yanks go 1-2-3. They trail this one 1-0. Back with Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Matt Vasgersian, and leading off the inning, the big right-handed slugger, Giancarlo Stanton.
And Boston does manage to get another run across in the top of the fifth, so we're now up 2-0, and that makes me feel a little bit better about my chances.
Here's the pitch.
I mean, not that Jason hasn't been pitching well so far
First
today,
pitch
but,
hacking here, and that's
you know,
the
I would
first
much
strike.
rather have a bigger
Stanton,
lead than a smaller one.
6'6" right-handed swinger and thrower. He was taken in the second round back in the draft of 2007.
Yeah, Matty, you cannot miss on your first rounder, and they didn't with this
All
guy.
right,
He has
so
turned
change
himself into
up
an
outside,
absolute
swing and a
superstar.
miss.
A great job.
Kind of hung it a
changing
little bit,
speeds
but
there.
he
It's
was
0-2.
not able to get that guy. So, how do you feel about one of them sliders, Giancarlo?
Pitch, drive it right here.
And here's his slider.
And
Strike
just
three called,
look
and
at
that'll be the
that.
First out of the inning.
Really, I mean,
So
just look at
another
that.
exceptional effort for him.
I
on
mean,
the
he
mound.
just
He's got
looked
the
at that.
shutout working here, as we'll show you the league ERA leaders. And you can see it's been a great year for him as he leads the AL in that category at this stage of the season. Digging in, Chad Bailey comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game.
Okay, so
Hey, be patient. Take one out.
Here's the first pitch
curveball,
to him.
first pitch. Swing and a
Took a
miss.
wave at one around the shins with no luck. No
Good
runs,
timing
no
on it.
hits, and no errors for the Yankees so far.
Try a two-seamer now.
And low, it's a
Twitched
ball and
at it,
strike.
but didn't swing, and
Well,
that's a
that
ball.
two-seam fastball ran a little too much off the plate, but now that sets him up to work with something away and maybe even an off-speed pitch.
How about a cutter away?
Fouled away.
Taps that guy. That's 1-2 now. But he was early on it.
Now here
So
it
we'll
comes.
try another curveball.
And he'll try to get him
Blocked
fishing there,
behind
but
the
he
plate
won't
by Blake
offer in
Swihart.
dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2.
But he's still insistent on that outside spot. So we'll try it.
2-2
Give him what he wants.
is a breaking ball that's taken for
And
a
that
ball.
will fill the
That's
count, I
back-to-back
believe.
breaking balls away, but now he's got himself into
All right, so now, if you're really not swinging it much, how about I give you a changeup inside?
Now a changeup.
Grounder
is
over
bounced
to DJ
second.
LeMahieu. That's what I
Mayhew's got
wanted
it.
to see. And
And
that'll
there are
be
two away now.
another out.
A look at our line score to this point, and I'm almost certainly jinxing things by pointing it out, but it's worth mentioning that 0 in the hit column through 2 outs here in the 5th.
Matt Vasgersian, clearly a Yankees homer.
So stepping in, Andreas Zamora. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. First pitch on its way. Takes a fastball on the
Two-seamer, top
inside
corner, gets a strike.
Well, he's done a great job on the hill throughout this game, and it's something to be proud of anytime you can pitch a good game in this ballpark, especially when it's not your home ballpark.
Two-seamer,
And
or
a
excuse
pitch
me,
in the
chain,
third as he lays off.
curveball.
It's 1-1.
Flipped over, but just about bounces and gets no swing.
The 1-1
Change up inside.
is a changeup.
Can't
that's looked
quite
at for a ball.
get the zone on that one, and that's
Bases are empty here
2-1.
with 2 men out.
So how about another fastball?
Drilled
Bounced
right
up the
back
middle, but DJ's got it.
LeMahieu towards second. He's
Pivots,
got it. They'll
makes
rip
the
this
play,
one
and that'll
first
be
in
the next
time,
out.
and that ends the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Bombers. They trail things here 2-0.
So, yeah, that's been 15 straight so far. Not too shabby.
Settling in now, Miguel Andujar. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
We're moving through the middle of this ball game right now. If they want to get things going, how about trying to get some base runners on, or at least get a base hit? They don't have any.
Right
hits
up the
going
middle,
into
and
this
that will
part of the
break
game.
up the no-hitter there with
The
Miguel
first of the
Andujar.
game for the Yankees.
Getting a single up the middle.
All right, let's see if that leadoff single gets them going right now. They've taken it on the chin for most of this game, being a little passive at the plate in their approach. Let's see if
So
that
it was gonna
starts them
be
off,
broke
and
up
they
sooner
start
or
to go
later.
more
These,
ambush tactics.
no hitters in perfect games are exceedingly rare for a reason.
Into the box, Clint Frazier. This is to left field.
And in
deep
fact,
off the
Clint
bat of
Frazier, one swing,
And outta
levels
here.
it out
And I mean by
with a two-run homer to left field. It's now 2-2 all over again.
Two-run job by Clint Frazier. 6th home run on the season for him as the Yankees have tied things up. It's 2-2.
This is a perfect example of the total concentration it takes to be a pitcher at this level. He was on cruise control, hitting his spots, preserving a 2-run lead, and then boom!
Yeah, that one just kind of slipped into the middle of the zone, and he mashed it. Well, pull your pants back up, Jay, and let's try again, because you are still needed out here.
Plate for ball one. He popped out in his first trip.
Here we go, guys. Come on, big guy. One time. Here you go.
Sprays off the cutter. Late on it for a foul ball.
The 1-1 is looked at off the plate
Can't
for a ball.
catch that outside corner,
No outs,
Jay.
nobody on. Swinging a ball yanked down the right field line.
And that is going to fall fair along the first base line, and that'll be a nice little double for Tyler Wade there. So, bottom of the lineup doing some work, making up for the rather poor showing of the top of the lineup. Now it's Malik Smith back to the plate. No one out, two men in already, and one man on second, with nobody out in the bottom of the sixth.
Standing in now, Malik Smith.
Nice little bunt, I think, for Malik Smith on the line, and by nice, I of course mean a foul bunt.
Trying to bunt his way aboard, but this will get fouled.
That will be 0-2. So if he doesn't make this one, if he tries to bunt again and this one doesn't go fair, it is going to be an out on his behalf. But we get a nice little pop-up over to the mound.
And that's the first out of the inning.
And Jason is just going to pull it in, make the first out. And
ready once again, Jace Peterson. It's been an 0-for-2 effort.
Keep that man there at second.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Lifted the other way down
that
the
one's
left field
foul
line.
along the third base line.
Will end up a foul ball. 0-1 pitch on its way. Hit down.
Bouncer over to
Taken in by Abreu.
Jose Abreu. That'll get Tyler Wade over to third, but we're still at two men out.
Well executed two-seamer on the outside corner that time, and that's what you'll get a lot of with that pitch. He rolled right over it.
All right, so with Aaron Judge to the plate.
Hoping to keep it tied. Here it comes.
Get kind of a questionable call there to the outside. Excuse me.
Wade on third.
Get kind of a questionable call there to the outside, but we remain 0-1. Swing and a miss on that two-seamer inside. Now, I don't necessarily want to say too much about Aaron Judge as a real-life player, like whether he's justified to have the reputation that he has. But I can tell you that Aaron Judge has a career 067 batting average against Jason in 16 plate appearances.
Giancarlo Stanton now. He's 0-for-2 thus far in this one.
So we weren't able to pull back another run in the top of the seventh. Now that the fans are all stretched out after the top of the seventh, we'll go ahead and get back out here with Giancarlo Stanton.
This guy so far in this one, he's been pitching well, and one of the key numbers to look at: first pitch strikes over 70% so far.
Ow, that was right off Jason.
That looked like it.
But Blake Swihart's going to get that, make the out.
So they are able to get an out on an unusual play, and hopefully the pitcher's okay.
Off of his pitching arm, it looked like.
Here. This ball came back and got him right in the pitching arm, and that is something you just never want to see. You can see him trying to work this one off, and from all appearances, I think they're going to let him.
They're going to let him stay in the game, man. But that is always scary for a pitcher because, like no other position, I mean, every position in baseball has to be able to throw, but like no other position in baseball, the pitcher relies on their arm being at top condition at all times.
First pitch.
I mean, trying to play hurt as a pitcher is really dumb, especially when you're talking about your throwing arm.
1 out, nobody on.
So two-seamer to the outside, no swing.
In control 0-2 now.
Looks like he's got a good feel for that two-seam fastball this far into the game. He's used it really effectively tonight.
So let's try that change-up, see if I get a swing. I do.
And a miss on the change-up, and there are 2 gone.
Chad Bailey goes down on strikes.
That was a big strike out there, guys. The best pitchers have the ability to strike guys out when they really need to, and that second out was really important at this point of the game. Could be something we look back on.
Arm can't be doing too bad.
Now batting, catcher, Andreas.
Stepping in now, Andreas Zamora. As he pops the first pitch,
fouled off that
the plate.
swing.
0-2 for him to this point.
First strike.
Skied in the air to straight.
That one looks like it's going to fall into the field of play. Warning track power, as they say. Andrew Benintendi pulls it in on the warning track, and that'll end the inning.
So the Yanks go 1-2-3, and this game is still tied at 2-2.
But they're going to bring out Craig Kimbrell to try to keep him scoreless here in the bottom of the 8th. I don't know what the score is going to be, but we'll find out, won't we? So, Jason has done his best. He allowed 2 runs on that Clint Frazier home run, but there's really not a whole lot else we can do except see how this one turns out. Survey says, all right.
That's what you want to do when you're playing on the road. Take it right to the home squad and get a win. Now the pressure is off. If they get
Jason came out here and did his job again, but it was due to some heroics in the 8th inning that allows him to get the win tonight. Jason pitched for 7 innings, allowing 2 runs on 3 hits, including a Clint Frazier 2-run shot to left field, collected 7 strikeouts, and got himself the win. He goes to 17-6 on the year and 45-32 in his career. His ERA has gone to 2.17, his FIP is at 2.51, and his xFIP is at 2.80. So that's going to do it for me. Until next time, I'm Tyrant Saber, and I will see you at the ballpark.